Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's live stream, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, some more transfer news for you today. So much, literally every single day. It feels kind of overwhelming actually, coming on here and making videos and all these kind of things, which, don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing, but Rangers are literally wasting no time in signing players. Of course, yesterday we discussed the signing of the boy from Bayern Munich, Yusuf Kedbai. I can never get his pronunciation. We also discussed, of course, as well, Damien Garcia, that it looked like those would be the next signings coming through the door at Ibrox, and a lot of people sort of getting excited with regards to it. Now, of course, it does seem as though we could be signing another player, as sources are stating inside Scotland that Rangers are now in talks to step up their interest in out-of-contract Aberdeen midfielder Connor Barron. Of course, this is a player we have discussed a lot here on the channel. Reports are stating that Rangers are at the front of the queue to land the Scotland under-21 start this summer. The 21-year-old still has the suitors in Italy and England, with Caligari heading the interest from the Serie A. But Rangers are understood to be at the front of the queue, and it's understood that Barron has been on a short break in Portugal but could fly back imminently for medical and contract talks. That's what reports in the Scottish media are saying, by the way. Aberdeen would be due a compensation for the player, obviously, that who came through the youth ranks at Batordry, and whilst he will cost nothing, we will have to pay the development fee, which I think is about £250,000, so actually not that much, but certainly a very interesting one. Guys, as we are into this live stream, do let me know your thoughts on Connor Barron down there in the old comment section below. Is he a player that you like the look of? Is he a player that you would like to see Rangers sign? Now, obviously in the build-up to the summer transfer window, a former Rangers legend, or a Rangers legend should I say, a former Rangers player, captain, was with regards to Barry Ferguson, spoke very, very highly, of course, with regards to Connor Barron, and that Rangers should be at the front of the queue to try and get his signature. Now, a midfielder does recognise midfielders' game, and I do think Connor Barron, watching him really just towards the end of last season, of course, I did tune into a couple of the games just to see what he was kind of like, but looking what John Lundstrom was like and Kieran Dow was like in the exact same position that he kind of plays in against Ross County, against those kind of teams. At first, people were sort of looking at Connor Barron as potentially being a potential, one for the future. But I genuinely believe he could go straight into our team and be a first team starter. Genuinely right now, considering what the players that we had in his position at the football club towards the end of the season. We had, of course, John Lundstrom, we had Kieran Dow, who plays in that position, and honestly, he was levels above playing in a poorer team against the oppositions that we were playing against for Aberdeen. So I genuinely think he could be a massive upgrade on John Lundstrom, a massive upgrade on Kieran Dow, and I think he would be a very, very good signing for Rangers. And again, another free transfer. As stated, guys, Scottish media are reporting that Rangers are stepping up their interest and are in negotiations to try and land the player ahead of the, well, it doesn't really matter about the summer transfer window because he's out of contract anyway. He was on the brink of the Scotland squad, didn't get in. I think maybe, a bit unfortunate. Still a kid, but a lot of really, really good players at this moment in time in his position that currently play in the English Premier League. So it was always going to be hard to displace those, but certainly one for the future. And if he comes to Rangers, I think he'd be a fantastic, fantastic addition. Guys, for those of you just joining in, no, he's not signed. It's not a done deal here, guys. This is more this is not a done deal by any means at all. We're just talking about Rangers stepping up their interest to sign him. Apparently, talks are currently ongoing between the club and the player, and a medical could be scheduled. He's currently away in Portugal and could come back. This is what the Scottish media are reporting this morning. So no, not a done deal. So don't get ahead of yourselves. As I said, it says to sign, not signed. He's not a done deal by any means. Still a long way to go, but as stated, stated, guys, reports are stating that Rangers are stepping up interest and are in negotiations with the player to try and bring him to Ibrox this summer. Again, with Scottish media, sometimes you do have to take it with a tiny bit of pinch of salt, but some inside Rangers sources have also echoed it, so we might be on with this one, and it could be a very good one, and it could snowball. But it does make sense to me. It does make sense. A player that we do need to sign. A position we need to sign, but also bring in some Scottish players as well. Yes, I like all these South American exports that we're currently going for at this moment in time. I do like the idea of these players, but at the same time, we do need to have the homegrown quota as well with regards to UEFA and Scotland as a whole. We need to have some homegrown players, John McLaughlin, Ryan Jack, all these sort of players going out of the door. We kind of need to build up that rapport within Scotland and a free transfer. We've seen a lot of these boys do well for Scotland, do well in Scotland, for Aberdeen's and all these kind of teams, Hibs and that, and then they end up going out to the Serie A doing really well, and already we can see Lewis Ferguson is dubbed to be going to Juventus or AC Milan. So it can snowball very quickly if we don't take the chances, but all big clubs, whether that be Bayern Munich, whether that be Paris Saint-Germain in France, they always hoover up the talent in their own country and then look beyond. So we should be hoovering up talent, and I do think Connor Barron would be a very good signing for Rangers. Obviously a free transfer, kind of. It would cost us £250,000 just due to the development fee, but would be a very good signing for us, and again another risk-free signing. So yeah, I would be for him. I take Ian's point there. He says Connor Barron is injury prone every year from 2020 to 2023. He was out for a lengthy time each of those years. Yes, a good point, but also we've had a lot of players that have been very injured as well. So hopefully we're just trying to change things up under Philippe Clement. But I do think could be a good signing. Yes, I do get the point what Ian's saying about his injury prone, but I do think he was levels above what we had last season, that being John Lundstrom and Kieran Dow in that position. I think he could do a lot better. So yeah. We'll find out. But Scottish media, guys, are reporting that Rangers are leading the race for Connor Barron. £250,000 it would cost. There are other clubs that are currently interested as well. Of course, Italian sides. This isn't a done deal by any means. We're just stepping up our interest, and a medical is currently scheduled and could be flying back from Portugal. It's something that could snowball fairly quickly, but that's what Scottish media and some inside Rangers sources are reporting this morning. So yeah, very exciting there indeed. However, the signings that look like to be a bit more imminent. Everyone's kind of caught on with regards to Ramiari. Ramiari, of course, playing for Bucharest, or Rapid Bucharest. He's currently just followed a Glaswegian restaurant. I know it doesn't seem too much, but why would a random Kosovo striker that plays in Romania go and follow a Glaswegian restaurant when his manager used to live in Glasgow? His agents also followed Glasgow Rangers on Instagram as well. Again, could be nothing, but things are starting to emerge. We also got reports earlier on in the week that, of course, Rangers were ready to submit a €6 million bid for him. He's a player that really excites me, that Albion Ramiari. Of course, Damien Garcia is one that fans are getting really excited for as well. In the build-up to the summer transfer window, it does seem as though we could be going for him as well, along with having a deal agreed for Yusuf Kadibai from Bayern Munich. So everything is falling into place. As you can see, our profile of players at this moment in time are very young, and we could be signing Connor Barron. But do let me know your thoughts on Connor Barron down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's live stream. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content, and I'll see you all next time.